11 races down and 5 to go in 2025. Welcome to the Sarinah Jakarta E-Prix. It is hot, it is humid, and it is time to go racing. And then we run through into the top 10 positions on the grid. Mitch Evans, a third consecutive race in Jakarta, starting in 10th place, but he's not scored any points since Sao Paulo, December last year. Da Costa leads Porsche's charge. He'll be aiming for his 5th podium of the year from 9th on the grid. Next up is Jean-Eric Vergne. He's scored in all but 2 races so far this season. Sebastian Buemi starts 7th. He's never finished higher than 10th here in Jakarta. And right up ahead of him is Edo Mortara, a podium here back in 2022 for Venturi. He'll be aiming for his first podium of the year in Mahindra's second. Dan Ticktum missed out on the semi-finals in the duels by just 0.005 of a second earlier on today. Nick Cassidy had a suspension problem in FP2, but he's very happy with P4 on the grid. Top 3 is occupied by Nick de Vries, 8th in the Drivers' Championship. He'll be aiming for the second Mahindra podium of 2025. Taylor Barnard making a mistake in the duels finals and lines up P2 on the dirty side of the grid. But it's Jake Dennis who takes his first pole since Berlin 2024, continues his unbroken streak of front row starts in every race here in Jakarta. It's his 7th pole position and it's Andretti's 14th. Who will be smarter in Jakarta as the 5 lights go out and go racing as Dennis moves over and holds the lead. But look at Nick de Vries coming through on the inside. Tickton to the outside line there as well. But de Vries from 3rd up into 2nd. Dennis leads the way and Barnard demoted down into 3rd position off the start. On the inside there is Nick Cassidy getting his elbows out against Dan Tickton through turn 2 and into turn 3. A textbook start though from pole position for Dennis. He holds the lead. Or a bit of crunching of carbon fibre as it gets very close for comfort down into turn 13. So there are your race leaders. Where is Vergne amongst all of that? I think he cycled a couple of positions away. So I wonder if he was involved in some drama then down at turn 13 when we heard the crunching of carbon fibre.
He's now dropping all the way down. So I think, yeah, Jean-Eric Vergne into the pits.
So we don't get a chance to see what's happening in terms of the attack mode advantage. Now let's have a look at what happened with Vergne and Evans then. So down in towards turn 13. Keep an eye out side by side there in the background. And Vergne just misjudged his braking, ploughed straight into the back of the Kiwi. Bad to worse for DS Penske because Max Günther is in the pit lane as well. So Günther looks like another retirement from this race. Well, there was no contact between them, but Günther there onto the dust on the outside and no grip.
Okay, the leaders try to push. Make sure you follow them.
309 Zulu uniform.
Oh, Barnard in attack mode and into the wall on the exit of turn 16. Sorry to cut in front of the team radio there for Dan Ticktum, but Barnard was deep in attack mode there. Clipped the barrier, I think. Is de Vries going to try and get track position here against Jake Dennis? Well, you would imagine he would love to do so and lead this race. It's not particularly energy critical. We're expecting this one to be. Dennis is going to try and defend it, and an aggressive chop over down the start-finish straight. De Vries forced to the outside line into turn 1. Dennis defends the lead. No way through there for Nick de Vries. Has to live to fight another day. This is now or never time here for Nick de Vries. Down into the final corner then here. Team radio.
Okay, just manage your target as you need.
De Vries down the start-finish straight, attacking against Jake Dennis. Dennis again goes for that defensive line, but De Vries has got more power. Oh, contact! And Dennis loses front wing down into turn 1. A very aggressive chop over from the 21 of the Mahindra of Nick de Vries, and it's cost Jake Dennis his front wing, and I'm sure the stewards are going to be looking at that one. Let's have another look what happened then down to the start-finish straight. You can see there, extra track position, safety car is out. We can see on our timing screen.
It was Nick that moved from the left-hand side of the circuit to the right to cut over.
What was that?
It's a very quick safety car though, and it's in this lap, so let's get back to racing.
Yeah, don't think we're going to have any added laps. Safety car needs to be out for more than 3 minutes to get at least 1, and I don't think it was.
De Vries is gone.
Yeah, De Vries is gone. He's got to go now, hasn't he? And this is going to be a flat-out race then, surely to the checkered flag. How are the attack mode deployment's going to work out? Lap 26 we begin as we go green flag racing.
Collision with Cassidy as well.
As much as you can now. Okay, it's under investigation. You just need to park it for now, all right?
Yeah, copy that. But I did not move an inch. Like, you just completely sideswiped me.
7. Does he get it stopped? Just about. That allows the door to be open, though, for Barnard and for Mitch Evans there as well. Goodness me, that was a bit frantic and a bit late for Verline. That just goes to show how little grip there is under braking offline. 10-second penalty for Nick de Vries for that collision with Jake Dennis. So de Vries is going to be out of contention for the victory here. Look at Dan Ticktum as Mortara goes into his final attack mode deployment. Yellow flag is out at turn 1. It's Jake Hughes who's come to a stop. Can't see exactly what's happened, but if he stops and can't get going again, we could see another safety car, which, for the likes of Ticktum and Dennis, who've just gone into attack mode, could spell disaster.
Control speaking, we go full course yellow in 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow, please. Full course yellow ending.
Right, it is a short full course yellow. Okay,
4, 3,
so
2, 1. Green flag, please.
Right, so that's not worked out at all for de Vries and Ticktum. It has worked out beautifully, though, for Jake Dennis. Down towards the first corner we go. De Vries still with a 3.5-second lead. Ticktum in second place. Oh, Van Dorn also in some drama down at turn 16. So the second of the Maseratis out of this race.
And Dennis looks to be dropping back as well.
Unless it's a glitch on the timing screen. No, it's not. So, well, it's happened to Jake Dennis then here in this one. He's dropped right down the order. And de Vries in some bother here as well. So he's come to a stop. This is an absolutely dramatic end to this race. So we've had 3 retirements in the space of about as many minutes. It's allowed Dan Ticktum into the lead of this one, and it's Mortara who's now all over the gearbox of
Attention,
the
everyone.
Kiro.
Speaking. We go full course yellow in 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow, please.
Let's have a look at what happened though to Stoffel Van Dorn down at turn 16. Oh, that's a technical failure, surely. Yeah. Coming down into there and no brakes at all. And this is de Vries later on as he came to a stop in the Mahindra. So he already had a 10-second time penalty, and it's a DNF for the Dutchman. Mortara is nowhere near close enough as we come down into what is really the final overtaking zone on this lap. And unless Ticktum fluffs his lines, he has surely got track position into the final sector. Down in towards turn 16 we go. What a race this has proven to be here in Jakarta. One more turn left, and on his 60th start, Dan Ticktum for Cupra Kiro will finally become a winner in Formula E. The British driver takes the checkered flag. Dan Ticktum wins here in Jakarta, to the delight of Cupra Kiro, to Alex Wee and to Russell O'Hagan. Edo Mortara takes second. Nico Muller in third position on the podium as well. What a fantastic race here in Formula E, and what delight for Cupra Kiro and for that team to take their first victory since season 2. Absolute delight for Dan Ticktum here in Indonesia.
Oh man. Yes!
What a race for round 12 of season 11 here in Formula E, and a new name in the winner's circle. Dan Ticktum for Cupra Kiro takes an emphatic victory by just 0.3 of a second over Edo Mortara. Nico Muller also onto the podium for the first time since 2021 as well. DaCosta in 4th, Cassidy in 5th. Taylor Barnard, he'll be very disappointed with 6th place after a podium position was on the cards. And a couple of post-race penalties for Sebastian Buemi and also Oliver Rowland as well.
Here you are, you've won your first Formula E race. Prove them all wrong. How good does that feel?
I think that is the most joyous part of all this, I have to say. Like, you know, obviously I'm thrilled that I've won a race. Been in Formula E for nearly 4 years now, but the whole time, you know, I've known this is what I can do, and now I've got a good car and I'm doing it, lo and behold. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy. I think a lot of people forgot I used to be quite handy on the F1 ladder back in the day, and now, you know, I'm just going to start proving it again.
At the sharp end of the order, it's no change for Oliver Rowland, but an opportunity to extend his championship lead sort of faltered here this weekend. Only 1 point he has gained here in Jakarta, means he's got 69 going into Berlin. He can wrap up the title there, though, that weekend, depending on how it all works out. Dan Ticktum, though, the big mover in the top 10. He goes from 10th up to 5th after scoring 25 points here this afternoon. Edo Mortara also moving himself up into 9th position, just ahead of Jake Dennis. Now time for the winner's trophy to be awarded to Dan Ticktum by the governor of Jakarta. What a race we have been treated to on our return to this fantastic location. Formula E always delivers, and it has delivered a 6th winner in 6 races. And a new winner in Formula E, Dan Ticktum, is victorious for the first time. And now it's time to run and take cover for the dignitaries and for the celebrations to begin for Dan Ticktum, for Nico Müller and for Edo Mortara, as well as the Cupra Kiro team, as the champagne shower begins in the sweltering heat here in Jakarta. Dan Ticktum and Cupra Kiro are winners in Formula E.